I keep my eyes wide open all the time.
The moon is not a piece of rock, but it is a plasma phenomenon, a cosmic plasma.
But the Americans and Russians are thinking of landing men on it.
Well, that will never happen, not on the moon.
Admiral Byrd, you've been to both the North Pole and the South Pole. Is there any unexplored land left on this Earth that might appeal to adventurous young Americans?
Yes, there is. And not up around the North Pole, because it's getting crowded up there now, because they find out it's really usable, not only to live in, but militarily. But strangely enough, there's left in the world today an area as big as the United States that's never been seen by a human being.
I found Elvis. I wasn't even looking for him. I did some snooping around the irregularities in the different time zone maps of the Pacific. I saw more than a 26-hour time difference in a couple of places and thought. And then I wondered, where do all the celebrities go to? Did you know that no cruises cross the international date line?
Hi, Elvis.
How you doing, fella?
Hey, Jude.
The odds of finding the shape or outline of even one island on the moon. 1,000,000 to 1. The odds of finding several island shapes that correspond to the size and proximity of islands found on the world map. 1 in a nonillion. Yes. That is a number.
The moon is not as described. While I am not sure of what it is, I am fairly sure of what it isn't. Their best guess is a theory based on a faulty premise. The official narrative is a logical fallacy. A position based on consensus.
How do you see blue sky through the moon?
We view the moon as an apparent object, much like the horizon, or a rainbow. Unless you can touch it, it's all speculation. How can a dirty, dusty object reflect that much light? A light, bright enough to read by. The inverse square law for light proves that the moon is a luminary. As you half the distance, you quarter the brightness.
You'll never see the moon the day before or the day after an eclipse. You won't see it approach or leave, ever.
It is impossible for the Earth's shadow to cause moon phases. The solenoline eclipse occurs when both the sun and moon are above the horizon, making the current narrative impossible. I am wearing a white lab coat. Repeat after me. Trust the science.
Science! Science!
The moon's phase depends on its proximity to the sun. The new moon charges on its way out, and discharges on the waning cycle back in. A visual of the moon's analemma shows the moon magically disappears, undetectable. The moon display goes blank whenever the analemma paths cross. This is why you will never see the moon the day before, or the day after an eclipse. The sun has a degaussing effect. It blanks the moon's display out, as it crosses paths with the sun's yearly analemma.
And we watched you guys land on the moon,
No,
which
you
was...
didn't. No, you didn't.
What?
Because there wasn't any television. There wasn't anybody taking a picture. You watched animation. You watched animation.
Why has nobody been to the moon in such a long time?
Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened.
Cosmology, we're off by a factor of 10 to the 120.
That is 1 with 120 zeros after it. This is the largest mismatch between theory and experiment in the history of science.
I wish I could get every minute back, every second I wasted, trying to make sense of the state's explanation of tides. If all of the forces that cause tides are global, why is every tide localized? I finally realized there aren't any tidal axioms. The state claims that tides always flow in these specific directions, except for these half a dozen places. They claim the largest tides should be in the tropics. Wrong again, the tides of greatest magnitude are in the north, outside the tropics. New Zealand contradicts every global tidal axiom, all of them.
It just don't add up!
Just see the trail it's leaving behind. Absolutely amazing, and to describe it to you from, and you can see it, but from the ground it almost looks as though
This amateur rocket hit some kind of liquid at 73 miles above Nevada. Listen to that again. And that is the moon.